Now, welcome back to the Prospect Hub and Hub of Mets Prospects. But we had some actually big news today. It seems that the Mets are going to have Nolan McLean, the Mets' second best or third best minor league pitcher, um, pitch on Saturday against the Mariners, which is going to be interesting and a lot of fun to watch his major league debut. He's had a very good year in AAA, and he's been pretty solid. The Mets need all the help they can get from the starting rotation. Hopefully that'll be the first step that the Mets will take to improve this pitching, because they need more. They need to bring up Brandon Sproat, of course, pitch as well down the road, and we're going to see what happens. But let's talk about the Mets minor league system a little bit. Again, it's from Metserize. The Mets minor league teams are winning. Big league club is struggling for the minor league affiliates of the New York Mets. Excuse me. The big league club is struggling, but the minor league affiliates of the New York Mets are having seasons to remember. Single A, High A, and Double A have already clinched a playoff postseason berth, and Triple A is currently in playoff position with a little over a month to go in the second half. If the MLB squad can pull out of this nosedive, there's a real possibility that every player in the New York Mets organization, from Single A to Major League Baseball, will be playing postseason baseball. Wow. Start with the St. Lucie Club. In the Florida State League, the season split into two halves. Each first half division winner earns a playoff berth, as does each second half division winner. There will be a semifinal series to determine the division winners, and then those two teams will play for the league title. The St. Lucie Mets won the Eastern Division in the first half, clinching a spot in the Florida State League playoffs. They're also in first place in the second half, and if they finish that way, the second playoff spot will default to the second place team in the second half. The first half St. Lucie Mets got standout performances from A.J. Yoon and Marco Vargas, who were both promoted to High A at the end of April. Other contributors like Trace Woolhoy, Colin Houck, Corey Collins, and Nick Roselli have also been promoted, but there is still enough firepower in the lineup to compete. Notable bats like Davison Gutierrez, Jeremy Rodriguez, Trey Schneider, and Simon Weiner in the lineup, and have had varying levels of success. The most notable part of the roster is the presence of Mitch Voigt and Antonio Jimenez, the organization's first and third round picks just a month ago. They've both gotten off to slow starts to their professional careers, but it hasn't been close enough of a sample size to put any stock into. Where this team excels is in pitching. Strikeout leader Wellington Aracena was traded at the deadline, but the staff is still full of arms, having great success. Erwin Coda and Jose Chirinos will man the front of the rotation, and Davio Tato, Yui Sako, Bryce Jenkins, and many more will all contribute. On the season, the St. Lucie Club had the most strikeouts, the fewest hits and homers given up, the lowest batting average against, and the second lowest ERA in the Florida State League. Much of the attention is on the minor league pitching at higher levels, but the Mets' pitching development is shining from top to bottom in the organization. That's great. High A Brooklyn. It's the Cyclones. High A uses the same playoff format as do in Single A, and the Cyclones are first half South Atlantic League champions. Brooklyn is in trouble. In the first half, Cyclones roster was loaded, but now in August, many are no longer with the team. Huge contributors Carson Benz, Jacob Reamer, and Chris Suaro have been promoted, and Jesus Baez was traded. The Cyclones have 69 home runs this season, and 35 are from those players. That's over 50%. Banjo has exploded in Double A, was actually the last among them with just 4. Suaro hit 13, Baez hit 10, and Reimer hit 8. The offense has really been scuffling. Ewan had been the one-plus bat in the second half, and he just got promoted to Double A. Vargas, Houck, Ronald Hernandez, Eli Serrano, and Boston Barrow have all struggled. The recently promoted Woolhoy, a 24-year-old infielder, was St. Lucie's best bat this season. He was old for Single A and is still old for High A, which could help provide a boost to Brooklyn's lineup. The pitching will compete. Will Watson, who spent the first half of the season in St. Lucie, will be a true ace for the Cyclones in the playoffs. Noah Hall will be a good Game 2 starter, and his performance this year says that might be selling him short. There's plenty of bullpen depth to pitch with the best of them. It will come down to the bats. There are still some highly regarded prospects on the roster, like Vargas, Barrow, and Serrano. They're just not hitting. If the offense can do enough to support the pitching, they'll have a chance. Over the last place record in the second half, suggests it might be difficult to expect. Well, that's certainly true. Double A Binghamton. The Roma Ponies, same as the previous 2 weeks, the Roma Ponies had the best record in the Easter League in the first half and clinched a playoff spot. Similar to St. Lucie and unlike Brooklyn, they're pacing to do the same in the second half. The Roma Ponies are firing all cylinders, might be the best team in all of minor league baseball. Offensively, the lineup had been loaded, but just lost Benj, Jeb Williams, and Ryan Cliff to AAA. It still has Reimer, Ewing, and Suaro, a trio that helped power Brooklyn to a playoff berth, and plenty more too. Former first-round pick Kevin Parada, Nick Morbido, Nick LaRusso, and DeAndre Smith have all turned in positive seasons. Ewing is now there too, and it will be interesting to see how he handles his third level this year. While the lineup is overall a little weaker than it was just a few days ago, it is still strong. With that said, the pitching is easily the star of the show. The bats have been great. That's just how good the pitching is. Jonah Tong, the Mets' #1 pitching prospect and probable top 5 pitching prospect in baseball, has had an outstanding season. He dominated hitters all year to the Roma Ponies, but also just promoted. A big blow to Binghamton's chances in the playoffs. That said, there are still plenty of arms left. Jack Wenninger has had a breakout season. Jonathan Santucci looks like a future top 100 prospect. R.J. Gordon has continued pitching well after lighting up High A. Brendan Girton was just promoted to Double A after dominating High A. The bullpen is full of talented arms. Double A's best team just suffered some key losses, but they should still compete. Now, finally, the Syracuse Mets. AAA doesn't use the same playoff format as the other leagues, with the winners of the 2 AAA leagues playing each other instead of having league-specific championships. The Syracuse Mets are also the only team that doesn't already have a playoff spot clinched. However, they are currently tied for first place in the International League, and if they win the second half, they will play for the first half winner of the International League title. If they win that, they'll go to Las Vegas for the AAA championship. The lineup is good, and it just got better with the additions of Benj, Williams, and Clifford. The rest of the team is mostly filled with either fringe MLB players or journeyman minor leaguers who haven't managed to crack the big leagues, but has been solid all season. This team had gotten off to a horrible start. They weren't hitting; they were just terrible. But they really picked it up, And these promotions by these 3 guys are going to be just crazy. Drew Gilbert, probably the most consistent hitter in the lineup, was traded at the deadline. But the lineup still has the likes of Luis Angel Acuna, Jared Young, Joey Manassas, Luke Ritter, Yanni Hernandez, Jose Azocar, Rafael Ortega, and Pablo Reyes. Some of those players might lose their spots to the newly promoted top prospects, an unfortunate casualty of minor league baseball. The pitching, like the other levels, is where this team shines. While they're set to lose Nolan McLean, like I said, he's going to pitch on Saturday. It's still led by Brandon Sproat. Add Tom to the mix, and you have a nightmare for any team to face in the first 2 games of a playoff series. Many of the pitchers who have been on the shuttle to and from Queens are there too, like Razakar Brazelbond, Alex Carrillo, Jose Castillo, Chris Devensky, Justin Garza, Richard Lovelady, Kevin Herget, Jonathan Bintaro, Brandon Waddle, and Austin Warren. Maybe some will be in the big leagues in September, but most will be in Syracuse. Top relief pitching prospects Douglas Orellana and Dylan Ross are there too, and some youthful firepower. It'll be a tough final month of the season. Syracuse is tied with the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Railroads, the New York Yankees affiliate, for first place in the International League. If they can come out on top, the Mets will have 4 different affiliates play playoff baseball. The Mets are loaded. The quality of the prospects throughout the Mets system is just absolutely loaded. They don't have elite prospects, but they have such good prospects. That's why they were willing to give up Drew Gilbert and willing to give up Jose Buta, because they have so much. They have so much in their farm system in terms of depth throughout the whole entire system. And this really goes to credit to two individuals, the last 2 general managers of this team, Billy Epler and, of course, David Stearns. A lot of these guys are from their drafts. Now, Jeb Williams, drafted by Epler. Ryan Clifford, traded, brought in by Epler. And obviously Carson Benj. Benj is going to be in the major leagues next year. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't, to be honest with you. His ascension to the Mets minor league system has been just unbelievable. They might have an elite player here because he's a top 20 prospect now. He went from being a big program, the program he came from, that program, Oklahoma. That's a big program in college baseball. And he has played great, and he's played in big games. So, he comes to New York, he's going to be in pretty good shape in terms of being able to handle the spotlight to a certain degree. And Jett Williams is going to be an everyday player. I don't know where he's going to play at. He can either play probably second base probably or center field, but he's an excellent player, and he can hit, and he's got pop. I mean, he's Luis Angel Acuna with the pop. He's got good home run power. He'll hit 15, 20 home runs, and be a real spark plug at the top of the lineup. Mets have some really good prospects. It's very exciting right now. That's why I feel very good about this ball club, even though they're struggling right now. What happens right now in the moment, where you are at the end of the season is what matters, and the Mets are going to be there when the bell is done. But be that as it may, this is a very exciting time for the Mets minor league system. Everybody's playing well, and everybody's doing well. Last year was sort of a mixed bag. We had a lot of guys that pitched well, but the position players, were hurt or struggled. But everybody is really working hard and doing what they have to do. Kevin Parada lost his prospect status, but he's having a really good season. He's probably going to be in the majors at some point. I think he's going to be a major league player. It didn't look that good, early in the season, but he's worked very hard, I guess, in Double A, and that's good to see. Well, thank you for watching this video, and of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.